Okay, so we are continuing tonight with the amazing teachings of Rabbi Nachman from Breslov, and we're learning the Sefer Sichot Haran. Tonight we're up to paragraph 52, Nun Beis, and we're going to learn about Hashem's presence in the world. We're going to be learning how easy it is to connect with Hashem because Hashem is actually here, and we don't have to look so far to find Hashem because Hashem is actually wherever you are, that's where He is, and this is really, it's going to be a new take on connecting with Hashem, and hopefully the takeaway from this class is going to be that connecting to Hashem is actually easier than you would have thought. Okay, so Rabbi Nachman says as follows: Mikol hadvarim, from everything, tzoek kvod Hashem yisparach. The entire creation, the entire world, is crying out the glory of Hashem. Because the pasuk says that the world is full of His glory. So that means that the world is full of His glory. That means that wherever you look, whatever you're doing, the street that you're going on, the street is shouting out Hashem's glory. When you're going to the zoo, so the animals are shouting Hashem's glory. When you're going to the forest, so the trees are shouting Hashem's glory. When you're going to the restaurant, the food is shouting Hashem's glory. And whatever you do, so Hashem is in those things. Even from the conversations of Goyim, the conversations of non-Jews, so also from them is proclaiming the glory of Hashem. K'moshe Kosov, and he brings a pasuk, Sapru v'Goyim es kvoidei. It's a novel interpretation of this pasuk. It's a Sapru v'Goyim kvoidei that tell stories amongst the Goyim of His glory. So what does that really mean? That all the stories that the Goyim are telling each other, so that's all Hashem's glory. That's all Hashem's glory. Afilu b'siporei Goyim tzoyik kvod Hashem yisbarach ki kvod yisbarach tzoyik tamid v'korei u'meramez la'adam sheyikre v'elav yisbarach v'hu yisbarach yikar v'yisei b'rachamim b'avo v'chiba g'daylo. So Rabbi Nachman says that what is Hashem's glory saying? If Hashem's glory is everywhere, so what's it doing? So he's saying that it's calling out, and it's telling you, and it's hinting to you, come close, come to me, do tshuva. And if once you do that, and so as long as you do that one small move to come close to Hashem, so Hashem is saying, I'm ready, I'm waiting for you, I'm going to give you a hug, I'm waiting for you to come back. I'm going to embrace you with compassion and with love and endearment, with amazing, amazing closeness. So this is what the entire world is saying. The entire world is saying that Hashem is crying out from in every inch of the universe. So Hashem is just crying out, come close to me, come close to me, come close to me, and it's there. And we just need to open ourselves up to this. So this is the truth is that this idea that Rabbi Nachman is saying, so this is, I would say, an interpretation, if you will, and a certain expression of an idea that the Baal Shem Tov said. The Baal Shem Tov has an idea that's brought down in numerous places. It's brought down in Berem Chaim, it's brought down in Kesser Shem Tov, that the Baal Shem Tov said that the entire world is like a mirror. And what you see, so Hashem is giving you a hint as to what's on the inside. And that's why Rabbi Nachman said that if you see a fault in somebody, if somebody is being extremely obnoxious around you, so that's a sign that you actually have that little bit of obnoxiousness inside of you. If somebody is getting angry, so that means you have a little bit of angriness inside of you. And the Baal Shem Tov says that if you wouldn't have a little bit of angriness inside of you, it would be impossible for you to see this in the world. So, meaning that if you wouldn't have a little bit of connection to it, so then it wouldn't be possible that you would perceive such a thing. And the fact that you perceive it, so that's a sign that you have this issue. And the Baal Shem Tov said that once he was trying this on himself, and once he saw somebody, chas v'shalom, saw somebody breaking Shabbos. And so then he was wondering, how could it be that I never broke Shabbos? I don't remember ever breaking Shabbos. And so he thought about it. And he remembered that once there was a time that there was a Torah scholar, and somebody was mocking the Torah scholar. And the Baal Shem Tov didn't say anything about it. The Baal Shem Tov just stayed quiet, and he didn't stick up for the Torah scholar. And the Baal Shem Tov says in the Zohar that a Talmid Chacham is considered like Shabbos. A Talmid Chacham is a symbolism of the idea of Shabbos. And so by allowing the desecration of the Talmid Chacham, so the Baal Shem Tov himself was, in a sense, desecrating Shabbos. And that's how he explained that it makes sense that I would see a person desecrating Shabbos. And not only that, but Hashem is trying to remind me of the fact that I am actually connected to this Chilul Shabbos, because he wants me to fix myself, he wants me to rectify myself, and he wants me to do tshuva. So the Baal Shem Tov says that a person needs to be aware of the fact that everything that I see, so it's really a projection of myself. And the truth is that we understand this that like on a psychological level as well, that I think I've told you before that once the Satmarav, so his whole thing in his everything that he taught in Torah was how Zionism is from Amalek, and how it's the greatest evil. And so once a chassid came to him and he said Rebbe, I love your classes. But I have a little question. That Rebbe, I came to your class on Parshas Bereshis, and you said that the message of Parshas Bereshis is that the Zionists are evil. And then I came to your class on Parshas Noach, and you said, you know what the message of Parshas Noach is? That the Zionists are evil. And I came to you Parshas Lech Lecha, and you said, you know what Lech Lecha is all about? Lech Lecha is that the Zionists are evil. How could it be, Rebbe? How could it be that every single parsha is the same message? So Satmarav said, my dear Chassid, you're so right. You're so right. It's just that when you're wearing red glasses, so everywhere you look, you see red, it's very important understanding. Like this is a psychological thing to understand, that we're going to perceive the world with our own lenses, and we can't escape the fact that what we perceive is we decide what we perceive, and we in a certain sense we create our reality because we decide what glasses to put on. And so in that sense, so when a person is putting on the glasses of goodness, so he's only going to see goodness. When a person has a certain fault in his character, so then he's going to be able to see that fault in character in other people. And so Baal Shem Tov says that why is it that you see this? Why is it that Hashem shows you these things? The reason why Hashem is actually showing you these things is because He wants you to fix yourself, because He wants you to be aware of the fact that you have this issue, and He's your best friend, and He loves you, and He wants you to have this self-awareness, and that's why He's showing you this, and so there's like. It's funny, like the purpose. Some people they mamish they get this backwards. And like some people that when they'll learn something, and it's mamish it's mamish their problem. It's mamish like this is the thing that like they've been waiting for. This is the Torah that's going to help them with their self-improvement. This is their flaw. This is their character trait that they need to work on, and so they say, oh yeah, that guy, that other guy, like he mamish has to work on that. The Rambam is so right. It's so disgusting when you do that. They're like, I have to tell my roommate that he should open a Rambam and so people have this tendency to think that everything I see is talking to everybody except me. And the Baal Shem Tov opens up her eyes and says that no, it's the opposite. That everything that I see, it's all messages to me. So first of all, Rabbi Nachman says that this is not just with people. This is with everything. This is with every interaction that I have when I see something happening in the world. So it's not just regarding people. That if I see a certain flaw in somebody, that means I have that flaw. It means that everything that goes on in my life. So it is meant to wake me up. It is meant to be a message. And this is a very important idea, which is the idea of hashgacha pratit. This is the idea of hashgacha pratit, that everything is sent to us, divine providence. That everything is sent to us for a reason. Okay, that there's no such thing as an accident. That it's impossible that we should experience something if it wasn't that we were supposed to experience something, and that everything is really sent for us for a very specific reason. So this is something that Rabbi Sachs, that it was just his yahrzeit this week. So So he said this. There's a beautiful quote from him that the one single idea that guides my life is the idea of hashgacha pratit, of divine providence. Whenever something unexpected would happen to me, I would ask myself, what is Hashem trying to tell me? How does He want me to respond? Now that this thing has occurred, how can I transform it into a blessing? I believe that everything that happens to me is happening for me. Okay? And this is how he articulated the idea of hashgacha pratit, that a person needs to know that everything that's happening is actually a message. Everything that's occurring to me is sent directly from Hashem with a direct purpose, that Hashem is waiting to see how am I going to respond. And this is the idea that hashgacha pratit, this is the idea that there is nothing that is by accident, everything is on purpose. Okay? So I believe that there are three levels of hashgacha pratit that we need to understand, that Rabbi Nachman is trying to tell us. First of all, what I believe, what Rav Sachs, what he was trying to take from this was that a person needs to take a responsibility. Okay? The first thing is that a person needs to know that nothing is by chance, and if I happened to meet up with somebody, so that means that there was a reason why I was supposed to meet up with him, and that either that I was supposed to help him with something, or he was supposed to help me with something, and it can't be that I was supposed to meet up by chance. And that this is the truth. This is a pasuk in Hosea. It says, Hayalchu shtayim yachtav bilti im nuadu. That could it possibly be the two people walked together? If not, the fact that they were no adu, that it was meant to be that she walked together, and and this is really true with every occurrence that comes to us. That we need to know that if I'm late for a meeting, so then Hashem is trying to test me. How is He going to react with the fact that I'm late to this meeting? If somebody is going to be not so nice to me, so Hashem wants to know, how am I going to react to this person that is not so nice to me? If I see somebody who's in need, so Hashem wants to know, how am I going to react to the fact that I'm seeing somebody that's in need? And the fact, if I'm tired, so Hashem wants to know, how am I going to react to the fact that I'm tired? There is nothing that happens to me that is by accident. Everything is specifically sent to me. And the first thing that Rav Sachs is saying is that gives us a responsibility to react in the best way possible. Okay? To know that everything's a test, that everything is sent to us on purpose, and that there's nothing that is just happens to be. A person can say that I'm tired today, so I have a day off, right? Because it's not my fault that I'm tired today, right? But if you take Rav Sachs's approach, so then Hashem sent me tiredness today, because yesterday I wasn't tired, and today I am tired. So it means that yesterday Hashem wanted to know how I deal with energy. Am I going to use my energy properly? And today Hashem is sending me tiredness because He wants to know how I'm going to. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't rest. Maybe Hashem is making you tired because He wants you to rest. That could totally be a person that's a workaholic and he's not taking care of his body. So maybe Hashem is going to make him tired because he. But sometimes, that sometimes the Hashem is making you tired because He wants to know that are you actually so devoted that you're going to do it despite the fact that you're tired. And so when a person realizes that everything is being sent to me for a reason, so then it gives him a responsibility to always ask himself, am I responding in the best way? That because there is no just circumstances, that's the way it is, it happens to be, and that knowing that this was sent to me on purpose, so I need to make sure that I'm responding in the proper way. That's the first thing. The first idea of hashgacha pratis is it gives me a responsibility. The second thing that the idea of hashgacha pratis, in the knowledge that everything is sent to me for a reason, is that it reminds me about how important I am. The fact that Hashem is going to twist the entire world, to twist everything that's going on for the purpose of me. The fact that He's going to turn things upside down in order that I should get this message. So wow, Hashem, you really did that. You made that this guy that he should he's never in Jerusalem, and you put in his head that maybe I should come to Jerusalem today, in order that he should meet up with me. Wow, you. You orchestrated this whole situation just for me. So a person should be filled with a sense of importance. A person should be filled with this sense of worth. It's so awesome that Hashem thinks that I'm worth it. My life is important to the point that He's going to change things. He's going to do things. He's going to allow these things to happen just for me. And I'm going to see these people fighting because He wants like who would think that Hashem would put the idea into this guy's head that he should start punching his friend, and he should, and I said, like, if somebody would start punching me, I would like run away, but no, he put the idea into the other guy that he should punch back, and then I'm standing, I'm just a bystander, and I think, wow, what does Hashem want from me? And then 35 minutes later, I think, maybe He wants me to stop them to fight. and so to think that Hashem actually cares about me to the point that He's going to send messages for my life. So that means that I'm worth something. So the fact that Hashem is going to change is to change history for me. So this should give me a sense of worth. This should give me a sense of importance. Okay, this is the idea that it says that everybody needs to say Bishvili Nivra Haolam. Everybody needs to say that the entire world is for me. And this is mamish what Rabbi Nachman is saying. This is what the Baal Shem Tov is saying. That everything that happens. So I should say, wow, Hashem orchestrated this entire event just for me. Okay, yeah.
How do you not get lost into narcissism? That same.
A narcissist is never going to say that how can I respond in the best way possible. A narcissist is going to say that if you're here, you're here to serve me. You're here to help me. That this Bishvili Nivra Olam, that everything that I'm seeing is meant for me to improve myself, is meant for me to respond in the best possible way. That's something a narcissist would never say. Yes, it's quite the opposite. The truth is that Rabbi Nachman actually says this himself in a Torah. I think it's Torah Hey, I don't remember exactly. That he says on this Gemara in Sanhedrin that Bishvili Nivra Olam, that the entire world was created for me. So Rabbi Nachman says that what does that mean? And because the entire world is created for me, therefore I'm responsible for the entire world. So the narcissist says that Bishvili Nivra Olam, that everyone is here to give me, everyone is here to serve me, and Rabbi Nachman twists that. And he says that Bishvili Nivra Olam means that I'm responsible to help everybody around me. I'm responsible for the entire universe. Okay? So that's if you understand what it's actually saying, so then you're not going to make that mistake. And then we come to the third point, which is actually Rabbi Nachman's point, and that is that not only is the fact that things are being messages are being sent to me, not only is this a responsibility, not only is this an expression of my importance, of my value, but this is a connection. Meaning that Rabbi Nachman is saying, like Rav Zaks is saying, that you have responsibility. You have to know that Hashem is calling upon you. How am I going to improve the situation? How am I going to make this better? And Rabbi Nachman is saying, that's also true. But think about something. Hashem just talked to you. Hashem just spoke to you. That Hashem is interacting with you. Hashem is whispering in your ear. You want to know, are you close to Hashem? Well, Hashem just whispered in your ear that he must be pretty close. Everything that's happening to you is constantly Hashem's communication with you, so you know that Hashem is extremely close. And this is the amazing reminder that Emunah is not something that we need to fight for. Emunah is not something that we need to struggle with. That Emunah is there. Emunah is natural. Emunah is mamish natural, and it's documented that the children naturally have emunah. Even children to atheist parents, that it's the natural state of a child to believe that there's some God. It's a crazy reality that we are programmed to believe in God.
It starts wearing off.
It starts wearing off at some point, and that's because we mess it up. We mamish mess up. But the fact that it's a natural state of being, so that reminds us that it's not far. It's not that it's so close. Hashem is really, really close. And the Kotzker would say, the Kotzker once asked his Chassidim, like, where is Hashem? Where can you find Hashem? And so the Kotzker said that you know where Hashem is? Hashem is wherever they let him in. Meaning that sometimes people have these barriers. People they have these blockages. I won't allow Hashem into my consciousness. That's not for me. That's too spiritual. I'm a rationalist, and I refuse to allow Hashem to enter my existence. And so like Hashem can't be there. Hashem can't be there, Nebuch. And you know it's an even crazier thing because once you put up those barriers, once you put up those blockages, so unfortunately, so it works. And Hashem is not going to be part of your life. And the person's going to put up this defense, and he's going to put up these blocks. So Hashem is not going to be part of his life. And the person that wants to see that Hashem is not in his life is going to see that Hashem is not in his life. And once you open yourself up, so then you're suddenly going to see that that Hashem is constantly in your life. If you look for Hashem in your life, you're going to see Hashgacha Pratis moments. You're going to see what's in English called serendipities, and like things are just going to these mini miracles, these just things just working out. And the more that you allow Hashem into your life, he's going to be in your life. And this is really what the Rabbi Nachman is saying, that a person needs to be aware of the fact that Hashem is actually constantly calling out. And I just need to open up my ears. I need to allow myself to be open to Hashem's speech to me, to Hashem's whispering to me. Now, this is also explained in a different teaching for the Baal Shem Tov. There's a Mishnah in Pirkei Avos that it says that every single day, b'chol yom v'yom, yotzes baskom b'char chorev, that there's a heavenly voice that calls out from Mount Sinai. And it says, Olam Dabrios Me'abana Shatara, and it says that it's such a shame that people aren't connected to Torah. And so the Baal Shem Tov says, like, what exactly is this voice? Do we hear this voice? I don't hear it. Like, do you hear it? Does everybody hear this voice? I mean, if we go to Mount Sinai, so like, then you'll be able to hear it. No, nobody's documented this, that there's voice coming out. So if nobody hears it, so why do they bother? No, Hashem has better things to do with his time than to send out this heavenly voice that nobody's hearing, right? So what is it? So what's the like? They're like, okay, they tell us. I believe. Chazal tell us that there's a heavenly voice. So there's a heavenly voice. But like, why would Hashem do something so stupid to make a voice that nobody hears? So the Baal Shem Tov said that this heavenly voice, we can all access this voice, and this heavenly voice is actually the voice of our conscience. That every single person, every day of his life, so he hears he says at least once a day, every single person has conscious pangs, and you know, it's very interesting that if you remember, the Mishnah says, Oileham Dabrios Me'iloshet, it's like, shame on you. Like the voice doesn't say something positive. The voice says, like, the voice does not say, hey, it's me, Hashem, I love you. The Mishnah says, you know, it's a little bit harsh. It's right. It sounds very harsh. Shame on you from that you're not connected to Torah. But the truth is, because the place that this voice is actually heard, it's in your conscience. Your conscience is always when you're not close, when you're not acting appropriately. That's when you feel these conscience pangs. You feel this pain inside of you. 1 second. And it's from that feeling of that I shouldn't have done that. I feel wrong. I feel that wasn't what I wanted to be. So that is the voice. That is our miniature prophecy. That when we're feeling this conscience pangs, that we're actually that is Hashem's voice talking to you. Now, what's fascinating is that you know who said the same idea literally as the Baal Shem Tov? The Viktor Frankl said the exact same thing. Because Viktor Frankl, so he had a whole journey. I've spoken about this many times. He had a whole journey he started with the search for meaning, and he wrote a famous book, The Man's Search for Meaning, and through his search for meaning, so he eventually found God. And to the point that at the end of his career, he would speak openly about Hashem, and he said he said it's possible to heal without the belief in a higher power, but true belief. I'm sorry?
Viktor Frankl was Jewish?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah. So the search for meaning actually brought him to a belief in God, to the point that it was that he felt that it was impossible to actually heal without God, and I mean to fully heal. And so at the end, like, where did he find God? Where did he find God? So he found it's a complicated journey, but just the spark notes is that he understood that if there's something meaningful to do, that means that requires that there's objective truth. And if there's objective truth, then there must be some right and wrong. And if there's some objective right and wrong, then there must be that we have a way of accessing what is the right and wrong. And what is the thing through which we access what's right and wrong? We have this inner voice, which is our conscience, which is telling us what's right and wrong. And that says Frankel, that is the meaning of life, which is God himself. Okay? So he said that the conscience itself is a way of accessing God, which is the meaning of everything. And so he actually came to the same conclusion, just completely logically, completely just from his own spiritual journey, that these conscience pangs inside of me, that when I'm feeling this feeling of miss, this feeling of shame, this feeling that like I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have shouted at that person, I shouldn't have lost it, I shouldn't have wasted my whole 2 weeks. Those feelings of pain. So that's God. That's God speaking to me. So he said the same thing as the Baal Shem Tov. So this is what Rav Nachman says, that it's through allowing Hashem to talk to me, through hearing His voice, so I can know that He's there. If I just look around and I know that everything that's going on is Hashem talking to me, so then I can constantly be connected, and I don't have to look very far at all. So Rabbi Nachman says that not only in everything that happens to me, and all of the interactions, all of the conversations that I hear on the people behind me in the bus, and all the thing, and certainly things that are happening to me when the person in the Misrad Panim is being annoying, and so not only that is Hashem talking to me, but he says even Sipurei Goyim. Even that when the non-Jews are telling their stories. So I was thinking, like, what is he talking about, the Sipurei Goyim? He's talking about that, like, when I'm going to the bar and I'm hearing the drunk Goyim telling their silly stories. I think that what Rabbi Nachman was really talking about is he was talking about the news. I think he was talking about the news because the truth is that Rabbi Nachman writes that Rabbi Nachman would always ask him to tell me what's going on in the world. Like a lot of the stories, there's a story about there's the story about the prince and the maidservant's son that were switched. So that was said. The entire story was told as a response to they were telling him something about Napoleon, and so he would constantly. Rabbi Nachman would constantly ask his students to tell me what's going on in the news, and then he would talk about the news, and he would bring from what's going on in current events. So he would bring down the Torah of the current events. He would bring down that what is Hashem's message to us that He's trying to tell us, and because the truth is everything that's going on in the world is some kind of message to us. And so a person needs to know that everything that's going on is a message to him. And sometimes it's more obvious than others. Like a lot of people, I don't know why, a lot of people have been telling me recently that people that are stuck in America, so they feel bad about the fact that they're stuck in America because it's very clear that Hashem is making very, very clear messages that every Jew should come home. And so generally I tell them that that you have a specific reason that you're supposed to be in America right now, so you should be listening to your specific message, and you shouldn't be listening to that message. But there's something to be said. Like everything that's happening, a person should ask himself that what is the message? What is the message of the fact that there's something that's going on in Thailand? What's the message about something that's going on in New York? That everything that's going on? That even what the Goyim are discussing about themselves. So that's also Kavod Hashem. That's also a message that Hashem is talking to me. So the takeaway of this, that what Rabbi Nachman is saying is that Hashem is constantly speaking to me, and because Hashem is constantly speaking to me, so we have to know that Hashem is close to us, and Hashem is communicating with us, and we are all little mini prophets. We all have this element of Ruach Kodesh. We have this that there's nobody that Hashem is not interacting with them on a regular basis, and all we need to do is to be aware of it. We need to be aware of the fact that Hashem is communicating with us, and open up ourselves. And so it's really natural, and it's really easy, and it's really just something that we need to be made aware of. And sometimes it's not so easy. And sometimes when it's not so easy, when we learn this and we hear this, and we go through life, and we don't feel that Hashem is close to us. We don't feel that Hashem is. We don't feel that Hashem is available. We don't feel that Hashem is present in our lives. So at that point, we need to know that it's not that Hashem is not here. It's that I'm not here. That Hashem is everywhere. Hashem is crying. Hashem's glory is literally crying out in every single event that's happening to me, every second of my life. And so if I'm not feeling it, so it's not you, it's me. It's that I need to know that for some reason my heart is closed up right now, and so I should reach out to Hashem. Hashem, please open up my heart, please. I can't stand the fact that I'm feeling so distant. I can't stand the fact that I'm not feeling you. I can't stand the fact that you're not part of my life, and I want to tap in. I want to tap into this. Rabbi Nachman talks about that. There's this if you in his time that they didn't have it, but like that you ever see in the shuk, people have these this silent disco. Silent, they have the headphones, and they're all they're dancing.
Not the shuk, I've seen it.
I've seen the shuk. Yeah.
How do you know? You go to the
yeah, I have to get kicked out of Sam. So no, and sometimes you're allowed to go to the shuk during the day, just not at night. So Rabbi Nachman talks about that if you have a guy that he's going to a party, everybody's dancing, but you have a guy who walks in and he's deaf, and he walks in and he doesn't understand why is everybody dancing, and so he looks and everybody they look like crazy people, they look like Mishigayim, because they're dancing and I don't hear any music, and the reason why you don't hear any music is because you're deaf. Because you don't have the headphones. You don't have the headphones, and so we see that the whole world is dancing to this music. The whole world is so excited, and it's there. The music is there, and the problem is me. The problem is that my headphones aren't working, and because my headphones aren't working, so I'm not able to dance the dance. But so my tefillah should not be, Hashem, why didn't you invite me to the party? Hashem totally invited me to the party. It's just that I messed up my headphones. Maybe I was angry one day and I threw them down in anger, and that's why my headphones aren't working. And so I'm not able to hear this. And so I should daven to Hashem. Hashem, please fix my headphones, please. I want to be part of this party. I want to be part of this dance party. Yeah.
I was wondering, actually, if you just answered it. What's the first thing a person should do when they're at the point where they want to connect but they can't?
Right. So the first thing is to say, Hashem, please open my heart. I want to be part of this. I know you're here. I know it's not that you're not here. There's no such thing as you not being here. So it's just that I have this blockage, and because of my blockage, so I'm not able to connect. And that's really what he says. Okay, Rabbi Nachman continues, and he says, sometimes a person is davening, and they become very inspired, and he gets very into it. And out of nowhere, so then you're just very full of inspiration, and you just love it. Cheshek means that you're enjoying it. Sometimes you daven, and you would be okay if davening would be over. And I remember as a kid, on Rosh Hashanah, it was 200 pages until the end of davening. Okay, 198 pages until the end of davening. Because with English davening, with English ones, that's the good thing, that at least it's two every page. So waiting for it to end. Literally, when is this going to end? And it's sometimes I still have it when you have these really really slow, annoying chazans that they want to make a point that everybody should know that I daven with so much kavanah, so I like to wait 2 seconds between every syllable, and so sometimes you're waiting for davening to end, and sometimes we're davening ourselves, and I I don't really have time right now. I'm actually late for a meeting anyway, and like I'd rather just like if I could just say this as quickly as possible, and then there would be really much be for my best interest. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes like you're davening b'cheshek. Sometimes you're saying like, wow, I wish this would never end. Like this is, I feel so connected. I wish this was like every day was like this. I feel like this is what prayer was meant to be. And so when you have these moments of connection, when you have these moments of inspiration. So he says Tfilas shkura merutza b'fiv zehu or Hashem yisbarach ba'atzmai kaviyachol. So you should know that this feeling of connection, this feeling of inspiration, that is Hashem. That is Hashem. Shenis labish ba. That Hashem is jumping inside of you, and He's enclothing Himself in your davening. And He is inviting you to His service. He's inviting you to be a better Jew. And He says, this is what it means in the pasuk. There's a pasuk. It says in verse Haran, Hu tehilatecha v'hu elokecha. He is your praise and He is your God. So the simple understanding is that He is your praise. He's the one that you're praising. That's Hashem. So it's the guy that you're praising. So Rabbi Nachman says, no, that's not what it means. Hu tehilatecha, that praise, that tefillah that's going so well, that tefillah that is so inspiring, that tefillah that is bringing you, that's inspiring you. So that's Hashem. That's Hashem. That Hashem has jumped into your brain and He's put you on fire. He's ignited your soul, and that is Hashem. So this is certainly a game changer in how to look at moments of inspiration, because a person could have a moment of inspiration and mamish take it the wrong way. He could say like become full of himself. It's like I'm so holy. Like when I daven, it's like I feel that Hashem is right here, and so Rabbi Nachman is saying that. That's not you. The reason why you feel like Hashem is the reason why you feel Hashem is so here is because He jumped into your brain. You're a nothing. You're a nothing. That you're not close to Hashem. Hashem is close to you. So it gives us a place of humility. That a person that's feeling it, a person that's feeling connected. So they shouldn't think that like I'm an expert davener. Take it from me. Take it from me. I know you want to know how to feel these feelings of bliss. I wrote a course on how to attract feelings of holiness, and like hello, you're just lucky. Hashem loves you. Hashem does you this kindness. Hashem has compassion on you. So He jumped into your brain. He jumped into your brain to present Himself, and so Rabbi Nachman, he goes further and he says that Lifamim, what's He doing? So Hashem is jumping into you, and sorry, I lost it. The Korei Oisei Lavedasei. And what is Hashem doing when He's jumping into your brain? What's He doing? He's not saying that you're such a good boy. That you deserve me. No, you know what He's doing? He's saying, here, hello, I exist. Could you please serve me? And that Hashem is jumping into my brain to remind me to come close to Him. Like it's a wake up call. Hashem is coming. The feelings of closeness is supposed to inspire us to not to pat ourselves in the back. The moments of inspiration are to remind us that we really should be doing a better job in all elements of our life. Like Hashem is reminding us that hello, I'm real. I'm actually part of existence, and so if I'm real, so then you have responsibility. Okay.
Does it also mean that if you're mamish feeling the opposite?
He's about to talk about that. He's about to talk about that, and so he says that v'gam. Kisha Hashem Yisbarach mistalek, and then sometimes Hashem detaches Himself. He separates Himself. U'misrachik chas v'shalom. Hashem is far away. Mina Adam. U'tzarach gam ken nispalel. Then you still have to daven. U'lahashlich hatfilos acharav. And then you have to send your prayers to Him. You have to throw your prayers upon Him. Bechinas hashlich al Hashem yahavcha. This is no interpretation. This is the pasuk in Tehillim. This is shlach al Hashem yahavcha. The simple interpretation is that you have a burden. Like the simple understanding is that we should trust Hashem, and when things get tough, so that we should know that Hashem can take care of us. That Hashem has what it takes Like I think Rav Arush says, don't tell Hashem how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big Hashem is. Okay? That Hashem can take care of you. Hashem, like that's the simple understanding of Shlachal Hashem Yahavcha. That like you have a burden, so like chill out. Hashem will take care of your burden. Okay, that's the simple understanding. But Rabbi Nachman has a different interpretation. Rabbi Nachman says, what's it mean? Shlachal Hashem Yahavcha? It means that sometimes, so Hashem doesn't seem close. So sometimes you have to go fishing. Sometimes you have to go hunting. You have to hunt Hashem. You have to hunt him down, track him down. And it says this is what it means. This is what it means. He says it says in the Zohar that fortunate is the person that knows how to throw arrows, how to shoot arrows. That when it means to shoot arrows, it means to shoot arrows at God. Try to hunt Hashem down. Meaning if you don't feel that he's close, so then you need to shoot him down. You need to hunt him. You need to make sure that you're going to get him, that whatever happens. And so it's a very fascinating symbolism, because I'm sure that he himself is referencing that something that he teaches in a different Torah. He teaches in Torah Beis that Yaakov Avinu, so he says that that he says that I got something, I got Shechem, with my sword and with my arrow. And so the Targum Onkelos says, what's it mean with my prayers. So Ibn Nachman says that there's two kinds of prayers. There's a prayer which is called a sword, and there's a prayer which is called an arrow. They're both different kinds of prayers. What's the difference? What's the difference between a sword and an arrow? So a sword, so you don't really need precision. But what do you do? What do you need? You need proximity. Okay, if you want to kill somebody with a sword, so you don't need to be so agile, but he needs to be very close. Okay, so you need to be able to get, that itself is to be able to get close to your enemy enough that you can kill him with a sword. So that to get so close without him killing you. So that itself is a skill. So a sword is when you're very close, and then when you're very close, then you don't even need precision. With a bow and arrow, so you don't need proximity, but you need precision. This is the two kinds. This is the two kinds of prayer. There's one kind of prayer that you feel very close. When you feel very close, then you don't need to say the right words per se. You don't need to know how to approach Hashem. That whatever you say, you can say the wrong things, and Hashem still loves you. You can talk like things that you shouldn't really have said to Hashem, but Hashem gets it. Okay, that's when you're close. And when you're not close, then you need precision. Okay, then you need there's a specific way to do it. And so Rabbi Nachman says that there's a prayer of a sword. That's a prayer when you're feeling close. That's the prayer that Hashem is coming to you. So he's there. That's B'charbi. And then there's another kind of prayer. There's the prayer of the arrow. And the arrow is that when you're far away from Hashem, so then the zakah mandiyada, the zarka chitzin. The fortunate is the person that knows how to shoot arrows at Hashem. The person that knows that just because I'm far, because I need arrows, just because I feel that Hashem is very distant, I feel that Hashem is not part of my life right now. I'm not feeling Him. I don't think He's communicating with me. I lost my earphones, and so I don't just take the day off. I don't wait for my earphones to get fixed by themselves. But then I need to shoot arrows to Hashem. Then I need to start hunting Hashem. This is one of the things about a tzaddik, about the word tzaddik, is that the word tzaddik is connected to the word tzayad, a hunter. A tzaddik is a hunter. Tzadi, tzayad, it's the same letters. So a tzaddik is a hunter. So the simple understanding of a tzaddik being a hunter is that he hunts souls. He hunts souls. The job of a tzaddik is to see that guy that in the shuk and say, hey, you want to put on tefillin? And to say, hey, it's like I see your neshama. I see that I know you don't see your neshama, but I see your neshama. Let me here have some cholent. I'll help you see your neshama. And so that's the one understanding. But Reb Nachman is saying that there's another kind of hunting that a tzaddik has to do. Sometimes tzaddik has to hunt Hashem. Hashem has to hunt Hashem down. That when you're feeling distant, to say that Hashem, I can't deal with this. I need you. I'm going to get you. This is what we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. This is what Rabbi Nachman calls Ayeh Mekom Kvodo. When a person doesn't feel Hashem, feels like Hashem is mamish distant, so then at that point you're called upon to scream out, Ayeh Mekom Kvodo. Where are you? Where are you? I know you're supposed to be here. I know it says in the Torah, it says that you're here. I'm not feeling it. I'm not hearing it. So when you scream out, when you say, where are you? Ayeka. When you ask God Hashem, that is how you're hunting him down. That is the arrows that you're shooting out to Hashem. So I bless us all that we should just be able to be aware of the melody of this awesome music that's going on, that's constantly blasting through the universe, and to know that really Emunah is natural. To know that Emunah is really easy. It's really here. You don't need to do anything to work on your Emunah. You don't need to work to bring Hashem into your life. Hashem is in your life. Hashem is calling out in your soul every single moment. That there's nothing abnormal that you need to do to get Hashem into your life. He's already there. The only thing is that sometimes you need to just be aware. Sometimes just that we're so oblivious to it that you're just so super focused on something else that you don't hear that the music is actually blasting in your ears, and so just the mere knowledge that is there is enough to wake you up. And sometimes the headphones are actually broken, and then Rabbi Nachman tells us that don't give up, that Hashem is waiting for you to hunt him down, to be that tzaddik, to have those arrows, and B'ezrat Hashem, that once you shoot the arrows, then that Hashem is going to just appear, and he's going to say that, oh good, you're looking for me, here I am, B'ezrat Hashem. All right, l'chaim.